Hello future CS, welcome back to my channel again. So guys, I am on a mission to help you ace your CA exams with flying colors. So if you are appearing for the CA Inter January 2026 Advanced Accounting, this video is going to be extremely helpful for you all. So recently the ICAI-BOS conducted a webinar where they shared important exam-oriented guidance that can genuinely help you increase your marks. So I have carefully summarized the key points from that webinar, especially on the presentation of the accounting standard answers, time management, how to utilize the 15 minutes of reading time effectively, and also some other key exam points. So make sure you watch this video till the end. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe. Every subscription works like a motivation for me and it also makes my day. So guys, when you visit my channel, do check out the playlist section. You will find several curated playlists for the CA Inter exam. Make sure to explore them and watch the videos in order to get maximum benefit from each of the topics. So first let's discuss some key exam points. So the notification and circulars issued up to 6 months before the exam will be applicable for the exam. So since the exam is in January 26, the notification and circular issued up to 30th June 25 will be applicable. The next important point is stepwise marks are allotted. So even if the final answer is wrong, if you have written the working notes and assumptions correctly, you will get marks for those steps. So in case you are preparing a balance sheet and if it does not tally, you can spend maximum 5 more minutes on it. Do not waste more time on it. If it still does not tally, don't worry because stepwise marking is there and you will get marks for other steps which you have done. The next point is attempt all the subparts of the question at one place. So every question will have 2 to 3 subparts. So suppose you are writing question number 2 and there are 3 subparts A, B and C. So it's better to write all the 3 subparts at one place. Now suppose you know the answer for subpart A and C and you don't know the answer for subpart B. So you can write 2A and then you can write 2C and then you can leave some space for 2B. Leave one page for that and then you can go to the next question. And also for presentation purposes, start every question including every subpart in a new page. This is not a mandatory rule, but if you present like this, it will look better. And also in many of the questions, assumptions are required to be mentioned in the solution, since it is the base on which your solution is derived. Most of the times it was noticed that students overlook this. So many times it was noticed that though the question was solved taking an assumption, but students had not mentioned as to what assumption was taken. Hence, this led to loss of marks. However, the assumption should be logical. And there should be some ambiguity in the question. For example, there is a question on depreciation. And in the question, they are not mentioned as to which method of depreciation you use. Whether it's a straight line method or written down value method. Nothing is mentioned in the question. So in this case, the question has an ambiguity. So what you can do is you can take an assumption. So some students might solve this question using straight line method and some of them might solve using written down value method. Both will be correct in this case. But in your notes section, you have to clearly give an assumption that since nothing is mentioned in the question about the method of depreciation, I am assuming so and so method and then you have to compute the answer. And it was noticed that many students either quote wrong AS number or misquote the provisions. So if you are not 100% sure about the AS number or para number, it is safer not to quote it. So quoting the para number is actually not compulsory. However, AS name and number you can quote. However, you should be 100% sure about it. If you are not sure, better not to write the wrong name and number. So instead explain the principle. For example, if there is a question on contingent liability and you are not sure about the complete name of the accounting standard and number, you can simply write as per accounting standards, and then you can continue the answer. So that's better than wrongly quoting the ACE number with the wrong para. So the next point is about presentation. Presentation matters a lot. So ICAI checks whether you can prepare financial statements as per Schedule 3 Division 1. So for CA Interlevel, Schedule 3 Division 1 format is applicable. So please learn this format correctly. Always practice balance sheet and P&L formats, so that even under exam pressure you do not miss out on writing the headings and totals. And one more important thing is, suppose in exam they have given you to prepare balance sheet and P&L, what you should do is leave one page for balance sheet and P&L and then write the working notes, and then come back and write the balance sheet and P&L. So this way the presentation will look better. So when the examiner will look at your answer sheet, he will first be able to see the balance sheet, P&L, and then he'll be noticing the working notes. So that is the correct way to present the answer. So even if you see the ICAI study material or previous year's suggested answer, so there also in the same way the answers have been presented, and it's better you follow the same presentation method. And one more suggestion given was, take the same calculator and the same stationery to the exam which you had used during your study leave, because your hand will be already accustomed to that. And also please take an extra calculator and some extra stationery. And then one important error which was noticed by the examiners in most of the answer sheet was carry forward mistake. So one of the most common error is wrong carry forward of balances from one page to another page, or from one account to another account, or wrong noting down of amount from calculator to your answer sheet. So once one number is wrong, all subsequent working will get affected. So this will lead to heavy loss of marks. So always double check your brought forward and carry forward balances. For example, while preparing a consolidated balance sheet, if you carry forward reserves at 1,20,000 instead of 12 lakh, so all further computations like minority interest, goodwill, etc. will get misstated, and this will lead to loss of marks. And the next important point mentioned was, whatever MCQ based questions will be there, for that you have to mark the answer in the OMR sheet itself. So in your main answer sheet, suppose for your MCQ question you have to do working. In your main answer sheet, maybe the last page, you can just give a heading as rough working for MCQ purpose, and you can just do the working roughly there. However, you should mark the answer in the OMR sheet itself, unless any other instruction is given by the exam department. So please read your hall ticket, question paper instructions carefully. And the next important point was, write as per the requirement of the question. So sometimes it was noticed that students write pages together of irrelevant theory for a small 4-mark question. This wastes time and it also doesn't fetch extra marks. So always remember, quality over quantity. Next important point highlighted in this webinar was presentation of accounting standard based answer. So this CA Inter syllabus majorly comprises of accounting standards. So major questions will be on this itself. So some light was thrown on how to present answers for this. So for accounting standard related question, presentation is crucial for scoring marks. So let's discuss step by step how to write the answer. So step number 1 is write the facts clearly. So briefly state only the relevant facts from the question. Do not reproduce the entire question. Then step number 2 will be linked with the applicable AS. So clearly mention the relevant accounting standard and specific provision using proper language. So you can start the answer as per accounting standard, number, name and so on. And if you don't know the number and name, just write as per accounting standard and continue writing the provisions. Then step number 3 will be applying the accounting standard to the case. So explain how the provision apply to the given facts. So this shows conceptual clarity and practical understanding. And also if they have asked for any calculation, you can do that calculation as per the requirement of the question. Then step number 4 is give a clear conclusion. So conclude strictly as per the requirement of the question. So whatever they have asked in the question, you must write as per the requirement. Avoid unnecessary details and write only what is asked for. So focus on application and not memory. So basically ICAI tests application of accounting standards and not rote learning. So ideal flow of presentation of answer will be first writing the facts, then the accounting standard name, number and provision, and then the application, and then the relevant conclusion. So here I have the suggested answer of the September 2025. I have just taken this to show the presentation. So now in the descriptive part, in the question number 1, this is based on accounting standard. And in this you are required to calculate the current tax, deferred tax asset / liability and tax expense for each year. So this suggested answer you will find in the BOS knowledge portal. So let's see how they have presented the answer for this. So if you see here, first they have mentioned as per AS 22, accounting for taxes on income, computation of current tax, deferred tax liability, total tax expense. And then they have presented this table where they are showing all the computation, and then the working note is shown. So you have to present your answer in the same way. For the main calculation, you can leave one page or half page and then start the working note. And when you finish writing the working note, come back here, start with the name of the accounting standard, and then you can show the calculation like this. This is for computation based question. And then in the same suggested answer, question number C, this is kind of a theory question. So they have given here, discuss whether the below treatment is as per the relevant accounting standard, and they have given some treatments here. So let's see how they have presented the answer for this. So question number C. So first you can see they have written the accounting standard number AS9 revenue recognition, and then for each of the subpart they have analyzed separately, and then they have correlated the provisions with the question given in hand, and finally they have given the conclusion here. So in this way the answer should be presented for theoretical based question. Now we will discuss about time management in exam. So totally you have 3 hours time. So what you have to do is 20 to 25 minutes you have to keep for MCQ part, and then 10 to 15 minutes you have to keep aside for revision purpose. After keeping aside time for these two, balance will be for descriptive question. So in descriptive question you have to attempt 5 questions. So you have to divide the remaining time based on the marks and complexity of the descriptive question. So you have to practice this while attempting the mock test paper in your home itself. So if you practice the time management while attempting the mock test paper, in the exam it will become easier for you. And also if you get stuck in any question, don't waste more time there. Just leave some page and then you can come back to it later on when you remember it. Next is how to utilize the 15 minutes reading time effectively. So you will be given 15 minutes reading time. So what you have to do is, to make optimum use of this 15 minutes reading time, let's divide this 15 minutes into 5, 5 and 5. So first 5 minutes, read the question paper thoroughly with an open mind. Then next 5 minutes, in the descriptive part one choice will be there, right? So select the question which you will not be answering. So first you have to decide as to which question you want to answer. Then the last 5 minutes you have to decide the flow of the answer. So answer the question which you know the best first, and then answer the question which you know the second best, and so on. So this will create a good impression in the eyes of the examiner. So guys, these were the key takeaways from the ICAI BOS webinar that every CA Inter Advanced Accounting student must follow to improve exam performance. So if you apply these points properly in the exam, you can definitely score better with the same level of preparation. So if you found this video helpful, please like the video and share it with your friends. And also subscribe to my channel for more CA Inter exam focused guidance. All the best for your CA Inter January 2026 exams, and I will see you all in the next video.